Thank you, distinguished chairs and honorable delegates. First, I'd like to ask the House if there are any terrorists in here right now. Okay, I'll see you later. Order. Okay, I'll start. Recently, terrorist attacks have greatly alarmed the United States of America, who wishes to spread democracy to the four corners of the world. These blatant attacks on the God-given human rights of the different people in the world are increasing day by day due to those terrorist organizations that refuse to accept the rule of the world that peace is the way to go. The notorious killer Osama bin Laden is still at large, and he must be brought to justice for his crimes for the sake of the human race. Increased gunmen attacks on reconstruction workers in Afghanistan, suicide bombers in Palestine claim many innocent lives every day in our lives while we are here debating on global issues. These barbarous attacks must stop for the progress of the world, and the delegate of the United States would like to say that global
please come to his closing remarks.
Cooperation is needed. The United States will continue hunting down those rogues wherever and whenever they are, and it will state here that it will not condone any nations, yes, sir, any nations that provide harbors to those terrorist regimes. And if any belligerent regimes do advocate those terrorists, the United States will see to it that they will become smoldering seas of fire and smoke that will have no life on them. America will march to its infinite victory. God bless America and bless you all.
Would the delegate please yield the floor back to the chair?
Not the most diplomatic of speeches, perhaps, but the United States ambassador certainly made an impact. What made him abandon his original idea for his opening speech?
Well, first, I just thought over again that I was a delegate of the United States, and as a delegate of the United States, I wanted to show how much influence and vigor I could show to the House, since this opening speech is a first impression that I will leave upon all the delegations of the General Assembly before debate.
Do you think you're going to be the same way in the conference, or was this just for the opening speech to really be passionate, and then in the conference you're going to be calmer?
Well, still, when I'm delivering speeches, I think that empathy is a very important thing in a speech, and to getting something through as a resolution, you need to feel something as sympathetic, similar reactions, similar feelings, get things through really easily. So I'll try to touch the other delegates, not literally, but through my speech, but I'll tend to calm down more than that, and I'll have more time than the opening speeches at the debates. So I'll be more calmer, but still.
The Model United Nations Conference is a simulation exercise. In simulating the United Nations, students gain an awareness and adopt attitudes which will be important in their lives and in the lives of the people around them. In Chapter 1, you will see Model United Nations delegates in practice and find out from them how they prepared for the conference. You will see them delivering their opening speeches at the opening plenary of the General Assembly, and you will observe them lobbying and merging their draft resolutions.
Hi everybody, I am Janina Hamann. I am a law student at Leiden University studying international law. I was the Secretary General 2 years ago, and I'm going to explain you something about the room we're now in. This is the General Assembly, where the opening ceremonies are about to start in a couple of hours.
Fellow delegates, respected chairs, and esteemed President, as members of the same world, it is only fair that each one of us work hard and together to improve the peace, growth, and prosperity of the entire human race. In Colombia alone, almost 5,000 children under the age of 5 are said to die this year due to malnourishment, illness, abuse, and the general lack of both national and international assistance and aid. But this is not a problem that is only affecting Colombia and other developing nations. Take the country we are in right now, for example. In the Netherlands, an estimated 1,000 children are said to die for the exact same reasons. But why, delegates? Why is it that we are letting children around the world die? The answer lies in the deficiency of international cooperation needed to help humanity. This is something that is not only needed to help protect child rights, but also to help take nations from a state of relief to a state of development after natural disasters, and to help with the true establishment of a culture of peace. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I had to write my opening speech based on the issues of my committee, and I am in the General Assembly Subcommission 3, which is social and humanitarian. And one of the issues that I was most drawn to is child rights, because in Panama, being a developing nation, we do have children on the streets always asking for money and begging for food and such. So I felt an emotional connection to that issue, which is why I chose that as the main focus of my opening speech.
Was it hard to prepare your speech, or what did you do to prepare it?
Well, I prepared it about a month ago when I was still in Panama, and basically my teachers, they did not want me to be reading a paper or anything, so I memorized it, and I've been reading it every day and saying in my head, but because I'm so passionate about the issues, it was good for me to remember it because I knew what I was talking about, and I think that way you're much more emotional and you convey your message to the delegates.
All right. Have you also written a resolution that that's going to be discussed?
Yes, I had prepared 2 resolutions on 2 different issues before coming here, and when we started lobbying yesterday, many of my ideas were the same with, for example, the delegate of Macedonia. So we sat together and lobbied, and we have been merging resolutions